So, you're an actor and you're looking to improve and you're looking to develop your technique. You're looking to learn more about the craft and add more skills to your repertoire. Great, that's what we're all about. Specifically, we're going to be looking at how pause can really help you communicate emotions and intentions to an audience, whatever style you're working in. So strap in, watch the video, and get ready to pick up a few top tips that will help you become a better actor. Hey, I'm David and welcome to 5 Minute Acting Coach, your complete online guide to acting training wherever you're at. Like so many different acting techniques, it can be tempting to think that pause is entirely instinctive to an actor. But this really shouldn't always be the case. It's a specific device with a specific purpose, and the most capable performers will recognise when they are making instinctive use of pause as a technique. They'll also make really conscious use of pause in rehearsals. Now, having a clear understanding of the purpose and the impact of using pause in your acting work will help you to be an increasingly aware and communicative performer. There are lots of ways to define pause, especially in terms of narrative or movement or tension or rhythm, but we're focusing on the actor and the text. And the most effective way for us to define pause in acting is as a purposeful break in the spoken dialogue of a continuing scene. Now, actors can sometimes be anxious about using pauses, fearing maybe that it will slow down their performance. And it's true, you know, there's nothing duller than a ponderous performance that is too slow to engage and excite the audience. But experienced actors and directors understand the value of earning a pause. And you can find out a bit about the different ways in which pauses can be valuable a bit later on in this video. And remember, in real life, we spend our days pausing when we speak. We don't always know where a sentence is going, and we need some time to adjust mid-flow. We leave gaps in sentences as invitations to others, and, well, sometimes we just get distracted. All of this is important to remember when it comes to creating the illusion of character, because as an actor, you're always searching to use as many techniques as you possibly can to create the impression of truth on stage or on screen. So let's consider some ways to work with pause in rehearsal and performance. Character and rhythm are intertwined, and the use of pause is at the heart of the relationship between these two elements. And writers like David Mamet and Harold Pinter are famous for using pauses. Mamet does it to reflect the rhythms of American speech, giving the actor the tools that they need to create truthful characters. So you might find a piece of Mamet's writing looking something like this. Try reading it out loud and analysing the feelings and aspects of character that are created purely through the placing of the pauses. Pinter makes use of pause in a slightly different way to build rhythm and atmosphere through the scene. So read this next piece of text written in a Pinteresque style, and just like you did with the David Mamet example, think about the way the pauses influence both your reading of the text, but also the kind of impact that they might have on an audience. As an actor working on texts like these, you'll need to consider the purpose of the pauses that are already included by the writer. They're there to serve the communication of character, or are they there as a rhythmic device to build atmosphere within the scene? It's likely that you'll want to make some creative character decisions about the use of pause where none are indicated in the dialogue. And that's where your understanding of the context of the character combines with your creativity as an actor. It's the kind of thing that great actors will work on in significant detail in rehearsal. So take this next example. It's a simple sentence. Read it first without any pauses. Now, one at a time, place a pause in the different places indicated by the line and reflect on the way that the sense and meaning of the line changes. But more importantly for the actor, how the intention, the focus and the emotion of the character might also be affected. It's small acting choices like these that need to be informed by a detailed knowledge of the character. They are the elements that build a truthful picture for the audience, and it's your choices that make you unique and engaging as a performer. So let's dig just a little deeper into the most valuable reasons for using pause. Firstly, actors can use pause to mark a moment of change in the scene. So perhaps the character has a new objective or a focus, or maybe a new event occurs or a new topic of conversation starts, or perhaps it's a way of marking the arrival of a new character or to place the viewer's attention on something visual. Read the following examples out loud and take note of the placements of pause. As an actor, you'll need to recognise the moments of change and experiment with the right degree of pause in order to highlight those moments successfully within the context of the scene. Now, actors can also use pause to communicate a moment of truth. Like with the David Mamet example, pauses can help communicate the illusion of spontaneity and that your character is responding in the moment. Check out this example. Sometimes truth can be shown by placing pauses in unusual places in a sentence to give the impression of spontaneity or heightened emotion. Some highly successful actors use their own unusual rhythms of speech and pause to great effect like this. Now, nothing helps to build tension like a pause. And if that's your intention as an actor, then assuming you've built up to the moment, pausing before a critical line can serve to keep the audience engaged really effectively. Now, of course, the danger here is that using pauses in this way can become heightened and melodramatic. And if that happens, you run the risk of losing the truthful quality of the work. And it all depends on style and genre, of course. A pause in a pantomime is a different device to a pause in a piece of Shakespeare or Chekhov. Now, last of all, we come to reflection. Working reflective pauses into your performance gives the audience and the other characters time to absorb what they've just heard and to respond honestly, whether that's with a line or with a reaction. So maybe another character in the scene would take a few moments before replying to you, and pausing keeps the characterization truthful. Perhaps you want the information you've just revealed to be registered, so you want to pause to give the audience a moment to take it in. Either way, you're trying to control the flow of the audience's understanding. So look at the placement of the pause in the example below and experiment with moving it around and seeing how the opportunities for reflection are increased and decreased accordingly. If you're enjoying this video and you're finding it helpful as part of your acting training, please don't forget to like and subscribe and head on over to the 5-Minute Acting Coach website, where you'll find loads more great free resources to help you improve as an actor and get those roles. Alright, so the final thing to remember as you experiment with the use of pause in your acting work is perhaps the most important. A pause is not a stop. Now, just because your character is not speaking, it does not mean that they are not active in communicating in a whole range of other sophisticated ways. Not recognizing this is one of the most common traps that actors fall into. And in doing so, well, their work becomes false, uninteresting, and uncommunicative. So during a pause, the thoughts and intentions of a character should be clear. You should understand the meaning that you want to try and communicate, as well as how to do it. Even though you're not speaking, your physical rhythm, your body language, posture, level of physical tension, your facial expressions, gestures, and a host of other techniques should be fully considered and engaged. And the objectives of the character need to remain clearly communicated through the skills applied by the actor. Here's a short monologue for you to explore. It's purposely written without any punctuation, and it forces you to make strong decisions about pause. Now, you'll want to consider ideas about character and the overall rhythm of the speech. You'll also need to think a bit about moments of change, truth, tension, and reflection, those 4 things. So enjoy working on it, and then go and apply these ideas to your audition speeches and your rehearsal texts. Now, you can also find a link to this resource in the description below. So that was my masterclass on how to use pause to improve your acting. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really humbled that you took the time to stay with me, and do let me know if you've been inspired by this video and if there are other videos you'd like to see on the 5-Minute Acting Coach channel. Last of all, don't forget to like and subscribe, and head on over to 5minuteactingcoach.com where you'll find loads of great free acting resources, or you can book a one-to-one online acting coaching session if that's what you'd like to do. Okay, good luck out there, and I'll see you next time.